I hope everybody's having like a blessed day. Uh, I'm excited because the sun has finally came out. It's been raining forever. Just got back from an amazing trip that I didn't even expect to go on. So I'm gonna tell you guys about that. And hey, what's up? How you doing, Jessica? Oh my goodness. Hey, Jessica. Oh gosh. So Jessica, I hope that you are of age because I don't know if it's you or somebody came on here and they said that they were kids. So I don't want to talk about anything that's triggering for anybody. So disclaimer, this video is set for not for kids. So it's already set for that. And then also too, I want to talk about the P. Diddy trial, but I want to talk about it in a way that I have questions. So, hey, how you doing, sweetheart? I hope that I can't remember it was you or somebody that was like, I'm a kid or whatever. So if you are a kid, Jessica, I would ask that, maybe you tap out this time because I do want to talk about the P. Diddy trial. So now that we got that out of the way and everything else like that, disclaimer, I have not been talking about this trial. I didn't even talk about it when the allegations came up or anything else. Oh, you're not a kid? Okay, good. I don't know if it was you. Please forgive me, Jessica. I don't know if it was you or somebody. They were on here and they were like, I'm a kid. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I wasn't talking about anything bad. We weren't doing anything wrong. But one of the things, this is a very sensitive trial, and the nature of this trial, it's okay. Okay, good. But the nature of this trial is horrendous. It is, oh my goodness, it's shocking. Even though, I don't know if you've been listening to the trial, when they started first talking about the whole thing, introducing new terminologies that were in that I was like, what? They had to explain about this, all that other good stuff. I was hearing it over and over and over again, but I'm going to tell you something. Now that the trial is here and you're hearing, I'm just arriving into this conversation. What's the topic? Okay. So the topic is, I know that I was talking, but I'm going to answer that question. The topic is the P. Diddy trial. I got questions. I have questions. And the reason why I put it that way is very simple. Like I was saying just a couple seconds ago, I have not been following this. All I have has been hearing little blips and beeps of it. There's some YouTubers that they have been on it before it was like on CNN and all them other places. CNN is covering it now, y'all. So there's no way that I can cover this topic the way they are. I just got questions. And I'm wondering if you got them questions too. Now, let's put a disclaimer out. The topic, the nature of the trial, what brought it to the point it is, as we all know, all of a sudden, we've been hearing these rumors about lifestyles and all that stuff. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Then all of a sudden, we heard Cassie. The first time I ever saw her, I'm going to be honest with you, I was going through pictures, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's been on the scene. She was at awards singing and all this stuff. She was really an inspiring singer, and this is what she was wanted to do. And come to find out, she actually signed up with P. Diddy's record label, okay? So I'm not going to give the history about it because I'm going to be honest, I don't know too much about it other than what I'm hearing about it. But I got questions, like I said. And I'm getting to that point. Hey Thomas, how you doing? Okay, so the questions. Okay, before I get to the questions, let me just go through my whole spiel. So anyway, I've been hearing about it, not even trying to get into it or anything else like that. And you said Cassie's been around for about, yeah, she's been around for a while. I did not know this. And I'm going to be honest with you. It goes to the saying that, when you watch a movie and then all of a sudden this person in the movie blows up and you're thinking they just came on the scene. Then all of a sudden you're finding out that they were in movies from years and years, and some people have been out there for like decades and stuff like that, but you're just not finding about it. She's kind of fits into that category for me because I didn't even know who she was. So, of course, there's some big time, you know, folks out there who content containers, I never said that word right, but you know I'm talking about, YouTubers, podcasters, that are covering this very topic, and they've been on it. They've been on it way before Cassie filed for her, you know, her court against P. Diddy. They've been on it, and they already, some of them have their opinion about it. Some of them are already like, this is, you know, this is what they feel, and what they, you know, this is how they feel. It's been going on for a moment. Now all of a sudden CNN is covering it. So the question that I have, right? We know Cassie's situation, right? Me personally, all right, I know this is, I'm going to say allegedly, just like I was on TikTok a little bit earlier. And the only reason why I'm saying that allegedly, I'm not a lawyer. I am not one of the friends that was hanging out. I've been hearing this, like some of you've been hearing it secondhand. I don't know. I wasn't there. We do know she sued him. We do know she won and everything. But these things that she talks about, that she went through, are like, there's this one podcaster, Ahmad Wiggins. I'm probably saying his name wrong. He breaks it down. I only saw 2 of his videos, and he talks about how he had to wait online from 3 o'clock in the morning because it's first come, first serve. So there's people, their podcasters are in the courtroom today. This is day 4, right? Hey, how you doing? Hi. There's people in the courtroom day 4. They're covering, they're on it, right? So he talks about it. He says he's tired and everything, but there's moments when he talks about Cassie's, what she talks about, and he cracks. He almost cries, you know? And he caught me off guard. I'm like crying with him, like, oh my God, you know? I wouldn't wish this on the worst enemy. Like, my heart goes out through anybody that are experienced what allegedly she says she experienced. I'm not saying she's lying. I'm not saying she's telling the truth. I'm just saying that was hard to hear. A lot of the titles that they put out there, they're go for I gotta go for, okay, go ahead. A lot of the titles are out there. One title said, "This is a lot." It is. It's a lot. It's like, oh my God, like it blows your mind. You know what I'm saying? Some people is like, hey, that's a Tuesday. That's a Tuesday for me. But for me, it's not a Tuesday. I was like, it blows my mind. So this is the question I have, all right? The question I have, this, like, we all established that this is the worst thing. You would not want something like this to happen to your daughter. If my daughter came to me, the guy that I thought was Prince Charming, because mind you, she's 19 years old when she gets up with dude, according to all the reports that are out there, right? Allegedly. I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't there, right? But I'm doing it from my perspective. I got a daughter, right? You know, this we're talking in hyper, you know. So I got this daughter, and she brings Prince Charming, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so happy that you finally found your love. And then come to find out, it turned out to be her nightmare. So that's her story that she's going through. I like Cassie, but the whole thing with Cassie and some of the things, girls in Hollywood, not to sound disrespectful, if they need to leave some of these celebrities, men alone, not all, but many. Hollywood is a whole weird place, space. Just as non-celebrity watches from the outside, all things. You know what? I'm gonna touch on that in a second. You know, okay, I'm gonna touch on that in a second. All that glitters is not gold. I would have to say that. You know, goes to what I'm just saying right now. Like, if my daughter came to me and she was like, "Mama, I done met this Prince Charming. Oh my God." And, you know, he come to the table with receipts, how he's Prince Charming. The world loves him. And then you come to find out, because a lot of stuff she said, according to her, she said she didn't want to tell her mom this. She did not want to tell her mom what she was going through. She just didn't want to do it. To find out must be like the hardest. It would break my heart. When you find out your child is going through any kind of misery, it breaks your heart. You know what I'm saying? But the question that I have, and which is very, like, reason why I came on here in the first place. And I want to be very delicate, because that's why I wanted to first say that as a mother, I wouldn't wish this on my child. As a stranger to a mother, I would not wish that on a child. But the question that I have is, what they have him in jail for is RICO charges and some other stuff. And based on third and second hand and maybe fourth hand that I'm hearing is, and what you guys are hearing, right? The question I have is one, and I know they probably have other witnesses and all that other stuff. How does that kind of connect with the RICO charges? Like, I'm wondering how they're gonna prove that, or in my DAF, or do they have? This is the reason why I'm coming on. This is the reason why I'm asking questions. In my DAF, like, how are they gonna? Is that all they have? What are they gonna do to prove and everything? Now, I know these lawyers are dream team lawyers. They know what they're doing. Word on the street, if a Fed is coming after you, believe me, he didn't pick up the paper today and say, I'm coming after you tomorrow. He is waiting, or she is waiting slowly and gathering all this information. I know that. I know that. I'm wondering how they're going to wrap it all in together. Y'all listen what I'm saying? I'm hoping that you guys can comment back, oh, gee, that's simple. They're going to do such and such and such. Because that's the question I have. Are you not having that question? Like, dang, like they're talking about Cassie. They're making this poor woman retell the most horrible and embarrassing situations. She talks about her health conditions. You know what I'm saying? She talks about the outcome of these freak offs. Like, I didn't even know what the heck, you have to say what the hell a freak off was until over this. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And now you're learning more and more, and you're like, oh my goodness. So other than her, and it kind of, because I don't know, I'm getting this third hand, fourth hand, and I'm gonna look some more. And one of the ones I'm looking at so far, I'm looking at law and crime, because they talk about it from more of a lawyer aspect of it, and they're like kind of neutral or something like that. They're kind of neutral, not really neutral. They're giving it why the lawyer is speaking the way he is, why the lawyer is bringing this person up. And then if you want to get on the more like down the street, like, yo, you know how you tell your story to your friend or something, you're like, girl, I was sitting there and he came over here. If you want to hear that, then you go to some of the podcasters, and then there's some podcasters are just like 1.2. But my question is, how do you think, I don't want to belittle what Cassie can bring to the stage. I'm just wondering, I'm really hoping, like, how is she going to be, how are they going to say, hey, this is how we're going to get RICO charges? Because some of the stuff I'm hearing, she kind of, even though, there's a feeling she was groomed, you know what I'm saying? And if she didn't do some of the stuff she did, maybe there might have been consequences. But in some cases, she was calling the escorts up, she was doing stuff. Like, one of the reports I heard, and I hope I'm saying this right, and again, I'm hearing second, third hand or whatever. One of the reports I heard, she was like going undercover and making sure it wasn't a cop. So, you know what I'm saying? So she can, so Or could it be that he allegedly sent her to do this stuff so he don't get his hands dirty? You know what I'm saying? Maybe that was part of the grooming process. Maybe he knew that this could lead to those charges that he's in right now. I don't know. Allegedly. I don't know. But I'm asking the question. I'm hoping that you guys can tell me, even when I come off of here, if you guys want to leave your comments, I'm going to get back to it and everything. Normally, I don't talk about this because I'm not the best person to talk about it, because that's not what my whole YouTube is about. Now, when I first came onto YouTube, I was trying to figure out, like, how should I do my YouTube channel? You know, like we all do and everything. And I was doing celebrity gossip like everybody else was. And then I slowly learned that, let me try something else. But this whole Diddy thing, I got questions. I really do. And I'm just wondering how it works. So anyway, she says because her mommy would have pulled her out that situation quick. We know how mamas are. Our mothers are very protective. So ain't no way her mom would have allowed her to go in this situation. You know, at the least, her mother would have been like, baby, now I know you're not trying to listen to mama. Okay. But that boy trouble. And no mama, I don't care if you're the worst mama that's out there, there's a moment in pause where you do not want to see your child suffer. And especially if your child come back and say the heinous thing allegedly happened to her, ooh, they talk about mama's strength. You know what I'm saying? There's been reports where mamas see a car coming and push the car out the way to protect their child. Ooh, and I don't care. You don't want that to happen to, I got sons. I don't want that to happen to my sons. Okay? Ridiculous. And then the things that she's suffering now, you know what I'm saying? And then this is so public. Even though it's behind closed doors, everybody's covered. Hell, I'm on here talking about I got questions. You know what I'm saying? Whew, it breaks my heart that her children, who is innocent, didn't ask to be here or anything, you know what I'm saying, brought into the world. I'm assuming with love, because she's with him. She seems happy. The husband seems very protective. There was even a part when they said that there was a testimony that she had to go through where she was saying allegedly she was the R word, but they didn't want the husband to be in there to hear that, which is very understandable. Okay, because if I had to testify to something like that and my man was sitting, ooh, honey. So I understand why they asked Broham to leave. They were like, pause, escort him out. Because they said they felt concerned for, Diddy or whatever. But, just to hear some of the stuff that she has to go through. And then you go on the other side of the tracks and you think of his family and how they have to sit there and listen to this whole testimony. Daughters sitting there. They said the daughters at one point had to leave. It's a lot. But the question, to go back to what I was saying before, is maybe somebody who's been following this, or you may know, just to be knowing, like, how are they going to fit in the horrific things, the heinous things that happened to Cassie, to the whole RICO charge, especially when I believe one of the podcasters were saying, I was looking briefly, and she's being questioned by the defense, and they're asking her questions about, did you write this letter? Did you do this? And I'm sure the questions were, you wrote this letter, didn't you? And you did this. And she's like, I did. So I don't know, I'm not anybody's great lawyer, but I know that, that could be switched up, So then does it hurt or help his case? So I don't know. You guys, this is for the big podcasters. This is something that they talk about. I just had some questions, and I was hoping I can get on here and talk with you guys about it and everything. This trial is something else, because I'm about to tell my age. Last trial that I sat and I listened and I looked at with intent, with like, whoo, honey, like I looked at it like I couldn't take my eyes away, was the O.J. Simpson trial. You know what I'm saying? And it was like the world was equally, well, whoever was listening to it, may have been the world, I don't know, was equally divided. It was, if he was of color, he was on this side, most, not everybody. And if you wasn't of color, you was on this side, not everybody. And you pretty much was rooting, but now this is so, everybody, like, even when you think you're like, I got it, I know it, you sit back, you go, ooh, because now you understand the legal aspects about it. Some things are not just black and white, and you want to throw out that you think it's a slam dunk case, and then there's like, but maybe not. You know what I'm saying? Whew, honey, I don't know. So you know me, I just had to come on here for just a blurb. I wanted to talk to you guys about it a little bit. Like I said before, if you guys leave your comments later, and if you got your opinion about it or whatever, definitely go ahead and do it. I'll make sure the best I can to go ahead and to cover it and everything. I'm gonna go back to looking at Ahmaud Wiggins. I almost messed up his name. He explained it pretty good. I like the way that he explained how he felt it was going good for one part, and then all of a sudden how something flipped off and it went another part. I like the way he explained all of that. He's really good with that. So you guys definitely go ahead and check that out. Law and Crime is another good one to go ahead and check. Those are the ones I'm going to go ahead and check it out. And I normally don't, but I think I'm going to go ahead and follow this, because this whole trial has me very conflicted in a way that, like, to understand like what is really happening here. I think a lot of times we don't really understand what's happening. We feel like it's a black and white situation. For the majority of people, we think it's a slam dunk. He should be locked away or whatever. But then there's legal terms. There's legal, you can't do things this way or that way, or is it technically this, and can you use that for that? And it's blowing my mind, and I am so confused. Honey, I got questions. So I'm definitely going to go ahead and follow it, and as I follow it, I'll keep up with you guys and everything else like that. Maybe we can answer our questions together. But this is day 4 of the trial. I didn't, it's day 4 of the trial. I don't know what happened on the first day. Started getting into from the second and the third day, and I don't know how long this trial even lasts. I think I've heard, and I could be wrong, that they wanted a speedy trial. They wanted to get it on and over with. I think at one point, and I'm not sure, I think Diddy wanted to do it sooner than May. So now that it's here, I think they want to speed it up and get it over with and everything else like that. My heart goes out for Cassie and her family. My heart goes out for Cassie's children, her husband, who's standing there next to her. And my heart goes out for P. Diddy's children. You know what I'm saying? I don't know her kids. I don't know, stories say this, that, and the other. But it really goes out for those young ladies that are sitting there and they're hearing this stuff allegedly that their father put another female. I don't know how I could handle that. Just getting out, going to court and supporting, but they're supporting them. They out there, they trucking, they supporting them. So we'll see, nobody knows the outcome of this. We think we do. We got a lot of opinions. Some of us want to see him buried. Some of us just like, well, whatever. And then some people like, well, let's just see. And we'll see. I don't know. Anyway, all right. So anyway, like I said before, leave your, hey Jaden, how you doing? Oh, Jaden, ooh, you come in, I don't know what you're saying. I don't have my thing on. I would have stayed home and watched. I wouldn't be able to show face. It was me. Oh, you said you would have stayed home and watched? Look, I'm going to have to agree with you. I am. I don't know. I would, you love your daddy, you love your mommy, you love your kids. You know what I'm saying? Jeffrey Dahmer's, I don't know, I'm sure Jeffrey Dahmer's mama loved her son, but he was out there eating, folks. You know what I'm saying? I know he out there eating, folks, but I love my baby. So, I don't know, I would have definitely stayed home and support that way. I couldn't show my face either, because especially some of the stuff that is mentioning, and it's not just one person reporting and interpreting in their way. There's a lot of people mentioning some more details than others. Some are giving their own personal flair to it. But I don't know. I gotta agree with you. I think I would stay home. I don't know. I'd probably be on Xanax myself. You know what I'm saying? I'd probably be sitting there drinking my wine. I don't do Xanax. I'm sitting there drinking my wine. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I probably wouldn't even listen to the trial. I probably would turn off all social media. They got pocket change. It's not like they're broke. I'll be on somebody's island praying and focusing, thinking about how I'm going to get my life. Thinking about how I'm going to be able to cope with whatever the outcome is. You know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, it's a lot. That's why some of these titles, I get why they come up with it. It's a lot. It really is. And this is just the beginning of the trial. Like, the other witnesses haven't even come up, and who knows what they're getting ready to say. Ooh, honey, I don't know how, Amara was saying that when she was saying some of the stuff, so the people in the courtroom was like, Lord. And he was looking at some of the people and their reaction. He said even one of the jurors, I'm sorry, I'm not saying it right, please forgive me, but they were sitting there like, now that gotta be hard as one of the kids to see them on the stand looking at the situation and going, whew. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I kind of wish that we didn't have to talk about things that is just so horrible. I think this is telling my age again. When I was growing up, right? Tina Turner, well-known story. Ike was abusive. They did movies about it. One of the movies that I remember watching was What Love Has to Do with It. Got to do with it. Just like her song. And I personally didn't even know she went through what she went through. And and was it like Cassie's situation? We don't know. they told the story how they told the story. But what I'm saying is that we didn't have social media. We didn't have iPhones, phones. Didn't have any recording device. I mean, we had recording devices, but not like like how we got right now, right? And we definitely didn't have people on the internet talking about it and stuff like that. So, let me see who this is. Hold on, guys. I might have to conclude my conversation because my kids are home. I want to talk about when they're home. But anyway, I'll be back. I'll talk about it some more. Please join me. This is your girl, A. Oh, good. Ooh, my son bought chicken for me to cook. Okay, I don't want to talk about what my son is here and everything, but yeah, I can go on about this because this is really, like I said, I've got questions. I definitely am going to come back on and talk about it some more, and I want to talk about it in a different type of aspect of, how, I want to give the point of view of the people who are going to be hurt by this, that are hurt by that. That's the kids. That's the family members. I mean, like, I want to kind of give them a voice. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be back. But I'm going to come over here because my son just came home and I don't want to be talking about this. And, I could close my door and all that other good stuff. But, and it's not like he's not, not like he's not sitting there going on social media. He's not young. He's an adult or whatever. But I just don't want to talk about it. But anyway, I will be back. The question that I have, if you're wondering from the title, if you want to leave in a comment, is how do you think they're going to pull off the whole situation with Cassie towards the RICO charges? And I know it's early in the game, and I know that there's going to be other witnesses. This is only day 4. I don't know how long this trial is going on. Maybe you guys know. But I'll report it the best way I can. So what you saying? I like getting YouTube channels banned for life. I just reported your little channel to YouTube. Why? Why did you report my channel? Okay, so that person who just said that they reported my channel, you're being foolish and you jump into conclusions. And I am expressing myself just like everybody else. I have sat there on numerous occasions and said that can he be blocked? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and block that person. How do you block them? I'm gonna report unwanted commercial content, hate. What do you call that? I think it's harassment and bullying what you're doing, because I'm not doing anything that's rude. I'm not doing anything that's rude, and if you have reported my channel, you'll be the first and the only person that has ever reported. And I'm not talking about anything that not everybody else is talking about, and I'm not accusing anybody of anything. I'm saying allegedly. I am talking about things that I personally think that she went on, she sued. This is public knowledge. It's in the newspaper. CNN is talking about it, right? And I've said allegedly about her. And I'm saying that if that was my child, I don't care who you are, where you from, but if that was your child, your daughter, and she came forward and she said things like that, your heart would be broken. And I'm giving it from my perspective. So if you want to report my channel based on that, Lord have mercy. Maybe the eyes and fingers should be pointed on you, that part. Yeah. Wow. You shouldn't troll people in situations like that. So anyway, that's the first. Y'all, that is the first. I've never seen such. Anyway, I will continue to continue to report on this. I'm going to report it on a perspective that I think many of you would be interested. And if you would like to follow me during this journey of reporting it, I will go ahead and do it. I think that there is something that needs to be talked about. And there was one comment on here. Blessings and peace to you too. I would like to, I have questions just like everybody else. I'm not going to come on here. I'm not going to accuse anybody of anything. My intentions was never to accuse anybody. It was just to talk about it and be like, oh my God, did you hear what I had? How does this fit in with it? It's questions. It's public knowledge and my concern and the things that are being allegedly said. Those are horrific. It's a lot. And it's breaking my heart. And if I was Cassie's mother, brother, sister, uncle, cousin, friend, neighbor, or someone that doesn't even know her, my blessings go to her and her family. Because I wouldn't wish anything. I don't care if at some points that my opinion about it is my opinion, just like everybody else's and everything. Yeah, that was wow. Hey Thomas, I see that you're back and everything. Well, my son left, so I'm going to talk to you guys just a little bit more before I go off of here. I just wanted to stop a second and address that situation. Dude said he wanted to report my channel, and I don't get it. I don't understand why. But anyway, let's move and let it go. Let's go back to what I was saying before. One of the things that bothers me with this whole trial and how I personally is my feelings and my heart goes out to his children, because that's very hard and unsettling to hear anything about, first of all, your parents' love life. Okay, I don't care who you are, but if my mom talk about how she kissed my dad, I'm like, oh, I don't want to hear that. So to sit in a courtroom and to be supportive and hear that must be the hardest thing. So my heart goes out to them. I hope that, and I'm sure that they are. Okay, you're saying something in another language. Okay. My hopes is though, and I hope that they're getting therapy. You know what I'm saying? That everybody above is getting therapy to kind of work and kind of make it make sense of what's going on. I do commend them for even being in the courtroom and supporting their father. I don't know personally if I could have done it. I think initially I probably would have, but when they started breaking down stuff, it would have broke me down, and that's me and everything. So, and of course, all of these things are allegedly. These things have not yet been proven, other than Cassie, and she went to, I don't know, she went to court. She was able to get money for the abuse that she went through, and now she is here on the trial and she's talking about it again. One of the I think crime and law, no, I forget who it was, but it is, put some light in here. Ooh, I see, chicken. Ooh, it's the chicken leglets. Oh, good. I go ahead and make that. So, one of the, what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. I got excited because I saw the chicken. So anyway, I don't remember what I was saying before because I'm just so disoriented from the last comment and everything. But that really got me because I'm like, what? But anyway, me personally, just to go back a little bit, the family on what they're going through. I hope that they're going through therapy. I wouldn't wish it on anybody or anything else like that. And I don't know, my prayers are up there. I don't know what day 5 is going to bring. I don't even know what day 4. I am going to look at it like I said before, there's a couple of podcasters that I'm going to check out, and I'll reference on what they're talking about and everything else like that. And hopefully, anytime it's probably going to need you to enter this in English. Oh, interpret it in English. Yeah, I'm going to have to agree. But if it's like what the other guy said, I'm like, I don't know. Hey, that's what you know. When you get your voice and opinion, you get other people's opinions too. But I have to agree with you. Thank you, Mel. Hey, I don't know if I got you as a moderator, but maybe I should make you as a moderator. I'm washing my hands. I'm making chicken and everything. But yeah, this is day. What is this? Day 4. This is day 4. Let me see. Day 4. Cassie's been testifying for at least 3 days, possibly, or maybe 4. Oh, you're right. Yeah, they may not want him to interpret. I know. Oh my goodness. So yeah, so it's day 4. They already got the jury together. So the jury members, that's what I was saying before. One of the jury members, their faces when Cassie was talking about some of the stuff that she's doing and some of the health situations that was that she's occurred to it and everything, and that their face dropped and everything else like that. And so I don't know. I don't know. Maybe at the end of this, because life be life, and then all of a sudden, we're all interested in what's going on, and then blip, something else happened. Then America just stops looking and pays attention to that, and then when we get back, then all of a sudden, all the stuff that we thought was going the way we thought it was is just changed completely. So there's that. But I will be following the trial and everything, and I don't want to come at it as a strong opinion on one way or the other. I want to talk about it in a compassion way, as how the kids are dealing with it, how the family members are dealing with it. What as we as a people, how are we able to kind of make everything make sense? You know what I'm saying? And then there's that underlying talk that I think that this is kind of pushing reality in some people's faces. Maybe we should talk to our kids a little bit more. I think one person made a comment. I forgot exactly who it was that made that comment about about the mama situation. But a lot of times we don't know what's going on with our kids because we don't sit down. And this is not everybody. This is not because some people, some kids, some of us, we don't tell our parents everything, and that's a fact. You're not going to sit and tell your parents about your love life. You're not going to sit and tell about your parents about certain things that you're going through. And so there's that situation. But, maybe we should take that extra initiative and say, hey, baby, I noticed that you haven't been happy, or I see the smile that you're putting on your face, but it doesn't seem genuine. What's going on with you? Maybe making it a little bit more easier for them to break down and say, this is a safe space. This is mama, this is daddy, this is uncle, this is cousin, this is friend, this is a safe space. Come and tell me what's going on. And hopefully, because even though you're telling the person, this is a safe space, come and talk to me, a lot of times, if the person is not ready to kind of, listen to what you're saying, then, sometimes they're not going to hear you. But, we should always leave the door open. I know there was one thing about Cassie's friend who, and I'm probably not getting the storyline together right, so please forgive me. So we're going to say allegedly, where Cassie's friend was, she witnessed firsthand the abuse that was going on with Cassie. And so when Cassie came and she's all beat up and everything, allegedly, but still saying allegedly, because I don't know the facts of it, she was all beat up. The friend was like, she called the cops, the cops came to the house, and she was like, she didn't press charges. The friend was like, okay, we can't be friends anymore. You know what I'm saying? she wasn't ready. She wasn't ready until she woke up and said, how much do I have to endure? How much do I have to put myself through this abuse before I say I'm worth more? In Cassie's case, she said I was worth 30 million and got 20 million. So that part, I don't know. I don't know. And everything. So hey, so Mel, do you want to be a moderator? You can say yes, you can say no. It's okay. I'm cool with it. If you want to be one, let me know, and I'll put you as a moderator because you seem to be looking out for me, and I appreciate that about you. So anyway, if you guys could ask that question, if you know a little bit more than I do, how does this whole Cassie thing fit in with his RICO case? Will it hurt it, or would it actually help it? I don't know. So my son brought some chicken, and I'm so excited. I don't believe I'm excited about making chicken. So you want to know why? Because I got this ingredient. I don't know if you guys ever tried it before. What I did know about it is that, and this is just my opinion, and I can't do that this time because I just got the chicken. But you season it up and put a little bit of this on it. You see this right here, and you put a little bit on it and season it up. I mean, let it sit overnight. And then when you cook it the next day, oh my God, it's delicious. But I'm going to cook it tonight because I asked him today to get the chicken, and he got the chicken from me. So I appreciate that about that and everything. So, oh yeah, so what else am I going to say? Oh yeah, so anyway, before I come off of here, and I would love for you guys to follow me. Please subscribe to my channel. Please share this video with your friends and family. Don't forget to answer the question that I originally put up, the question I was talking about, and I didn't put it in the title. And that's basically, okay, I'm putting it right this time. How do you think Cassie's testimony would help or hurt Diddy's RICO case? Am I saying it right? I said it different ways, different times, but y'all get the point. Please leave your comments. Let me know what you think. Dude that said he wanted to report my channel, Lord have mercy. Why? What'd I do wrong? What'd I do wrong? Please share this with your friends and family. And I will come back on tomorrow. I'll be back on tomorrow. And I will go ahead and let me see. I'll be back on tomorrow around this time. So please join me. What is it, like 2:40 my time? So I'm going to say 3 o'clock tomorrow. I'll come back on and I will talk about all of the reportings and everything else because, I have not been following this from the very beginning. I'm sorry, I haven't been doing it. It was a lot from there when I first heard it, but then it was on the streets, on the YouTube streets. We were talking about it. Some people were joking about it. Then all of a sudden, other folks were talking about it, and celebrities started coming out and talking about it, and now it's here. It's here. So I would like to go ahead and put my perspective on it, and I hope that it's a perspective that you guys would like to listen to. So if you would, I am going to be back on here tomorrow at 3 o'clock. 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So wherever you are, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'll put up, what do you call those things? What do you call it? I'll put up a premiere. And so just go ahead and check it out. Hit the notification. So it say notify you. Go ahead and hit that. And I'm notified when you come up. So just in case I can't come up exactly at 3, I'm going to try my best. But if I don't, it will notify you if I change it or anything else like that. So it's depending on what's going on in my life. But there's that. So we're going to stick to 3 o'clock right now. So please share this video. Please subscribe to my channel. By the way, before I go, just to let you know, this is not the only thing. This is the first time you're ever coming on this channel and you've seen me talking. I do other things. I interview some amazing people who are aspiring to be in the entertainment industry. These are people who are doing some amazing stuff. There are people, some of them are behind the scenes. They are doing independent movies. They're putting people on, and then there's some folks who may or may not have been or got a chance to get into the entertainment, and now they're out there. They're on Tubi TV movies and stuff like that. I have an opportunity to interview them. So I have a lot of those videos. So if you guys would like to go ahead to my videos and my interviews and my podcasts or whatever, definitely go ahead and check that out. I also do vlogging. My goal is all about health, and I'm really focusing on it a lot this year. I started out by the beginning of the year. I was doing weigh-ins and all the other stuff. Now I am on a complete whole mind thing. So if you guys would like to go ahead and check that out, definitely go ahead and do that. So, and then also too, I'm trying to get everything out so I could tell you guys. Interviews, I do vlogging, and I'm an inspiring film producer, and I'm also an actress as well. So I do have some stuff that I was in, a couple of independent movies, if you want to check it out. Walls of Secret, it was one of the beginnings of Earlene D. Guilford. She's actually done some amazing stuff afterwards. Not to say that's not a good one, but you can see her progress is growing and stuff. So I was in some of her beginning works, and I played Portia Love in Walls of Secret. If you guys are on YouTube, which you are, because you're looking at me right now, I also, in short film called The Repass, I played Gretchen. So you guys want to go ahead and check it out. And in my vlogging, I actually keep you up with my acting career and stuff like that. So I do all of that stuff right here on the Donna D. Walker podcast. So I hope you guys join me. So don't forget to answer the question, the original reason why I'm on here right now. What does the Cassie's testimony, how does it help or hurt the RICO case with Diddy? So there's that. So thank you for all the folks that are tuned in with me. Thank you for going live with me. I appreciate you 150%. I'm going to shout out Mel. Mel, thank you so much. All right. I see that you stayed on here from beginning to ending, so I have to shout out to you. Thank you. And guys, do me a favor, share this video, subscribe to my channel. I think I'm at 700 or whatever. My goal is to get to 1,000. I've been trying forever in a day. So if you want to be one of those people, it doesn't cost anything. Just hit subscribe. So I'm going to go ahead. Let me show you guys. I don't want to touch you with both hands of this chicken. I'm going to make some chicken. I will go ahead and post a short of my chicken, so be on the lookout for that. And thank you for tuning in. And one more thing before I go, and this is the most important thing. I love you, man.